Hello there, Virgo. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's for Virgo for August of 2018. And I have a couple announcements, and it's just that the prayer class is out there for you, and so are the sutras. Prayer class is how to structure prayers for this type of work and for manifestation. And sutras are thought forms that you put into meditation. Takes 5 minutes a day. It's excellent. It enhances the clear perceptions like really dramatically for all of us that are doing this work now, any of us that are getting into it, and even if you just want to use it for yourself, 5 minutes out of a day, it's amazing what it can do. Now, I've laid 4 cards for us for the month, and we'll use the bottom card on the deck. Oh, I didn't say, there's 2 short videos out there about the classes, and you can go look at them. Oh, they're like 5 or 6 minutes long. Anyhow, what I've done is we pull 4 cards. We'll use the bottom card on the deck for overall view of the month for those of you that are new. And we'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, because I'm an empath, I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you during the reading. So I guess all of us Virgos are named Frankie for the time of the reading. Look at your moon sign and rising sign. Gives you a more comprehensive view of the month. And I don't believe the cards will go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month for us. Now, the message I have for us this month is like, it's a little bit odd. I really think this is astrological because we have so many things going retrograde all at the exact same time. But what I'm hearing is that we are to pay attention to our dreams and just pay attention to them and make a decision or choice on what is the next step, and stay back from anything that's chaotic. So agree to disagree. And I think that's going to go well for us. These cards are a little bit crazy, but they work out because we have really good words. Flexibility, presence, like in source, spirit, whatever, not presence as in happy birthday Virgo, although some of us will have a birthday this month. Happy birthday Virgo. Kindness, compassion, and expansiveness. And I think if we pay attention to the dreams in that message, we're going to get that flexibility and expansiveness, because that's a presence thing, an internal thing that comes forward with compassion and making the right choices for ourselves. And if we're in a dip, because gets chaotic sometimes because we have eclipse energy going on, and that's change. And this will be our 3rd one coming up, and one right at the end of last month, and a 3rd one coming up in, I think, the 11th of August. So that's quite a big deal energy, and it's easy for people to really get into it. We want to stay away from it, and we want to make the choices that are right for us, because our bottom card on the deck, this is expansiveness, this is our flexibility, this is compassion, it's the Ace of Cups, kindness. It's all of our words rolled up into one. Creativity, birth of a new baby. This is when everything emotional, creative, expression, fresh new starts, new beginnings, things coming towards us that open up our life, like this lotus here. This is the spirit of the source filling this cup. So some of us are going to be having children, because all aces can mean birth of a child. For new relationships, really, a lot of that type of energy with this. So for those of us that have been maybe way too flexible or bending over backwards for other people, this energetics is the beginning of a change in a different way of being, which is excellent to have in here. We have a lot of sword energy here, and a lot, really, it's actually good. I know it looks crazy when you see these cards, but it really isn't. Not if we think about that message. First card is the Two of Swords, and that is a card of denial. Actually, it's like everything in my life is going peachy keen. It's all wonderful. It's all good. It's everything's, you know, love and light, because I'm not looking at it. I'm denying that it exists. But it's a card of choice. The only thing I ever see in this card, the only example, let's say, that always comes to the forefront is a marriage that's really bad. They don't even talk to each other inside the house, but yet out in public, everything around them looks like it's really good. But nobody's recognized it's bad, so they come home from dinner with other couples and walk in the house, and one goes to bed, they don't even say goodnight, the other one watches TV. It's that I have to make a choice. These are, or I have to see in front of me the choice that I have to make. So that would be compassion for myself. Now, I can't see a choice when I have blindfold on. Maybe I'm saying, my job's the best job in the world, but every day I come home and I'm so exhausted I pass out, after work, and can't even go make my own dinner, and I'm rushing around in the morning to get back there, and I'm saying, everything's good, everything's good. This energy, we have two swords in our hands. All we have to do is drop them and take off the blindfold. With this energy, look the situation clearly in the face and make the changes that I need to make. Look at the situation. What are the choices? What is the next step forward? Like our message, what is the presence, the source, telling me to say? How can I have compassion and kindness for my own self? How can I be flexible if I'm denying there's a choice? How can I be expansive if I'm denying there's a choice? How can I make this fresh new beginning? And I gotta tell you, Virgo, they just said, look at the bottom, a card underneath this, and it's the world. That's fresh starts, new beginnings, everything that I ever wanted. That's not a joke here. So when we think about this and this, that is compassion. This is moving forward. What is my next step? What brings me success? What brings me happiness? What brings me new love? What brings those things that I always wanted that, will expand my mind or expand my vision of what is possible in my future? I have to look at it. I have to look at it. So this is a card of denying there's even a choice to make. And our next card's the Eight of Swords. And that's knowing fully that I must make a choice, but still feeling trapped in the situation. Eight swords stuck around her, blindfold on her face. Her mouth is even covered in this one. She's tied up. But look at how she's tied, Virgo. If we look at how she's tied, it's just cloth. It's not even ropes. She can shake it off. These swords aren't in front of her chest. They're not in front of her. She has it. All she has to do is shake this off, pull one hand out, cut off the blindfold, and speak her piece. This card means change is here, change is inevitable. What am I denying that I need to do to make the change? I still feel trapped. What situation am I not looking at? What am I not speaking up about? Why am I not having that compassion and kindness? That the source, because I am a child of God, the presence would give to me if I took off the blindfold. I'm not trapped. I am not trapped. I might feel as if I am for a short period of time, but I am not. And our words are expansion, flexibility, presence, kindness, compassion. You know, I'm not trapped. This is the card of change. This means the change is coming and I am going to make it. I have the 2 and the 8 and they go together. Now I have the 9. The 9 of Swords is sleepless nights. I'm staying up all night worrying, maybe because I came out of denial. I took off the blindfold. I still felt trapped. So now I'm still worried because I can't think of the situation. I can't face it or move forward with it. This card to me is the tiger at the door, the fear. It keeps me up all night. That's not productive. That's not being kind and compassionate to myself. It gives me bad dreams instead of the good dreams that I'm, thinking about. What's my dream? What is my next step forward? Then I get up and I open up the door and there's a pussycat there. There was nothing to be afraid of ever because of this. This card can be, the fear can be real. Maybe I'm getting out of a marriage or going into a new one, or maybe I am pregnant and I'm scared about, what's this going to be like? But it's going to be wonderful. Kind, compassion, these words come at me, the presence of the source is around me. There is nothing for me to fear when I think about what is my next step forward. What is my next action? And I can't think if I'm up all night worrying about it. I call this the little guy in your head. And I've done it, Virgo, plenty of times. I'm right there with you, sitting up all night having conversations with other people about what I should say and what I should have done, and I should have said that, and I should have said this, and that would have, when you get into that state, the little man in your head, I usually pick up a shotgun, I shoot him, I throw him in a closet in my brain and close the door on him and think, everybody else is sound asleep except me. I'm the one up there all night worrying myself for absolutely no reason, because if I come out of the denial, I get this, the Ace of Cups. Nothing to be afraid of. The kitty cat was at the door. I shook off, I spoke my piece. I was genuinely kind and compassionate, but it was my truth and my expansiveness, my expanding myself into the world, and I agree to disagree, but this is the way I'm moving forward, or this is my way forward, because our next card is the 7 of Cups. Wow. If we think about this for a minute, this is the card of I'm the kid in the candy store with so many options and opportunities and expansiveness to choose from. I don't know which one to pick. But all we have to do with this card is kind of sit back, think about all these things once I took that blindfold off and I detached myself from the fear. I spoke my piece. No more sleepless nights. This card is building castles in the air, right? So pick a cup and fill it. What do I want to be? Do I want to build a castle in the air? Do I want all these riches in this other cup over here? You can't really see it good. Do I want a fresh new start? Do I want to be a new person? Look at these things. All of these things. Is there something in this cup that's a snake? Do I want to transform and shed my skin and make a new me and be that expansive Virgo? We are so good, like in our work and in our detail orientation and really methodical, in our expression. Do I want to do these things for myself? What am I going to fill those 7 cups with? Which one am I going to choose? When I take off the denial blindfold and I take out the fear of speaking, because the change is going to come anyhow, and this is what I get. So all I have to do is, what is my next step, like they're saying, and if the chaos comes up around me, which it kind of is, we got these 3 sword energies coming in here, and that's mental, mental, emotional energy, a charge around a situation. And if I think true compassion, God's compassion, and that's our word, has no emotional component. It sees what has to be done, the job that needs to be done. It goes in and does it. It doesn't need a thank you. It doesn't need anything. It just knows a need has to be fulfilled, and it fills it. It fills the cup with spirit, all the good, creative things that I could imagine for myself. And if I were you, I would be putting it into all 7 of these cups to format that. What is my next step forward? How do I go forward? What is the one thing I'm truly wanting? And these other 6 cups are the steps forward for me to get it. I never saw that card like that before. Interesting, but that's what Spirit's telling me to tell us for this month. So what is each one of these 6 has to be forward motion in order to get to the one castle that we wanted to manifest. Is it a new love? These are general readings. Is it a new job? Is it I'm going to be an entrepreneur? Is it, do I want to make this old love fresh and right again? What is it I'm denying about it, or still being in fear of speaking my piece? We can be pretty quiet, or pull back in to ourselves a lot of times. I don't think this is the month to do it, but it is chaotic, so I agree to disagree. Maybe someone else sees it a different way from us, but we're just going to finish up. We're good at that. Whatever it is we had to do, we're going to think about what we have to say, have compassion and kindness for ourselves, but we're expanding our vision forward, is basically how they're saying it, So if anything gets drastic or dramatic around us, think about that Ace of Cups this month, and the Holy Spirit is filling it, or whatever you call your internal messenger guide. I guess you can't make these cards up, Virgo, and that, I'm serious. This is opportunity to forgive. So a lot of us Virgos, for those of us that this message is for, that's quite interesting, huh? That's why I always tell you guys, look at them, because of the prayer sequence I set before I do these, are for your sun, moon, and rising. So look at them all and put them all together. If I'm not one of the Virgos that this particular reading's for, it'll probably be in your moon sign or your rising sign. It says here, this situation brings you the opportunity to heal, grow, and release negative patterns. Hold the intention of seeing the other person's inner divine light and goodness. We will help you to release unforgiving thoughts, feelings, and energies, and lift you into a higher place of peace and compassion. Our word, peace and compassion. Wow, Virgo. You guys will have to tell me how this is working out for us. I'll be watching for my own self there. This is really an amazing reading. When I saw all three of those swords cards, after I had laid them down, I thought, and flipped over the Ace of Cups, and I thought, what does this have to do with the price of anything? Obviously, it has a lot to do with it. It's quite interesting. Wow. I am not finding opportunity to forgive. Maybe some of us of Virgos are going to have a tough time doing that. I don't think so. I think we'll make it through because of the presence and that kindness and compassion, and expansiveness, not only within ourselves, but for others. Because when we make a right choice for ourselves, everyone down the line benefits, whether we see it or not. We may not see it while we're here on the earth plane, but they all benefit. It says the angel sent you this card because they see that you've grown weary of a recurring negative pattern in your life. To break the cycle, it's important for you to release old toxic thoughts about the current situation and relationship. You can do this by breathing deeply and on each exhale, giving your fears, worries, anger, and other painful emotions to the angels. Forgiveness does not mean that you are condoning what the other person's behavior. It just means that you're unwilling to carry this toxic feeling and thoughts about him or her. Release, be free to experience the positive patterns through forgiveness. The additional meanings are avoid blaming yourself or others. As you release anger, a creative resolution to this situation will appear. There are hidden blessings in this relationship and situation. Focus upon desires instead of fears or judgments. Wow, Virgo, you guys will have to tell me, boy, if I think about that card and I'm denying something, right? I take off the blindfold and oh no, there it is. It's right in front of my face with the next card. Oh, this is what I'm losing sleep over every night. When I move forward, I have 7 cups I can fill with what I want, my next step forward, and the Ace of Cups for all that freshness and love and new beginnings and blessings. Really, wow. Well, Virgo, I want to tell y'all thank you for all of your likes, shares, subscribes, and your comments. I read each and every one of them, and I really appreciate them. Anyone wants to know more about me or go neb about me, all of the information is down below the screen in the About section. If you want to set an appointment with me, all the information to do that is over at the website. And I'm going to take some time for myself. I need a rest. Probably the very end of August, couple of weeks at the beginning of September, and again in October towards like the middle of the month. So give me a call if you need to see me before then. And to all of you I've met through doing these YouTube videos, and to everyone that I've met through 29 years of doing this work, I want to tell you all it's been an honor, a joy, and a privilege to be able to serve you. Hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.